American auto workers say they've had enough of not getting enough. They're done negotiating with the country's big three automakers. They've walked off the job at manufacturing plants in 3 states, Missouri, Michigan, and Ohio. This is the first time in history that workers for all big three automakers have gone on strike at the exact same time. UAW President Shawn Fain says his people are in this for the long haul. They're prepared to strike as long as it takes to drag Ford, GM, and Stellantis back to the table with better terms. And he says any suggestion that the big three can't afford to give its workers a 36% pay raise is ridiculous.
$21 billion in profits in the first 6 months of this year.
Why these three?
The price of cars have went up 30% in the last 4 years. CEO pay went up 40%. Nobody cried a river. Nobody put fear out then saying what it'll do to the economy. But by God, when workers ask for their fair share, it's the end of the world.
Here are the numbers for you. For the first half of this year alone, Ford reported a profit of $3.7 billion. GM reported a profit of $5 billion. Stellantis did better than both of them combined, pulling in $11.6 billion. That's thanks to the EV boom there. A lot of money, but there's a lot of money at stake too if this dispute is not resolved. Moody's estimates a 6-week strike could cost each company $5.4 billion. That means every hour this ticks by in the strike, it's going to cost the big three a lot of money. So let's bring in CEO and founder of Seraph Consulting, Ambrose Conroy, who understands the auto industry inside and out from every side. And Ambrose, we've talked a lot about auto workers, their conditions. I want to look at this also from car maker side tonight. UAW is targeting specific pain points. They say it'll kind of paralyze the operation without everyone walking off the job. Will that work?
Chance, I think it can work. It's a different strategy than has ever been tried before. And what they're doing right now is they're targeting a few plants where days of on-hand inventory, the number of cars that they have available to sell to consumers are lower. You've got the Ford Bronco, which is a very popular car. There's less than 40 days on hand of that model. You've got some mid-size pickup trucks, which the OEMs are trying to push out and regain market share from Toyota. The Toyota Tacoma has been the preferred vehicle of the American consumer. But you've got some great cars coming out right now, great light trucks, the Ranger, the Chevy has a great one coming out. There's a lot going on from an OEM perspective, and it's very disruptive to start to shut down these plants. And I think we're going to see an expansion from the UAW pretty soon.
So company spokespeople have said to the workers, we love you, we need you, we want to work with you, but your demands will bankrupt us. Is that true?
I think it's hard to say if the demands will bankrupt them. We've seen large gains from the CEOs and other employees, and the striking number that I've seen is the temp pay. It hasn't really increased in 14 years. So if that's true, if we're really looking at that, I don't think we'll see a bankrupting of the big three. But it's not just the big three anymore. You've got a lot of competition that's out there. Other OEMs exist, original equipment manufacturers, car makers are out there. You've got Tesla, you've got Toyota, you've got Honda, you've got Hyundai Kia. All of them are making cars in America. They're making good cars. And we need to figure out how much they can afford to pay these workers who are making premium cars versus what they can afford to do. There's a big shift right now where we're seeing a huge investment in an EV world. So there's a massive technology shift as they move away from ICE vehicles. And that's going to take a lot of capital that would have normally been able to be reallocated to worker salaries.
One interesting point, I think, is this idea of COLAs, which anybody on Social Security knows about. You know, the government adjusts it based on inflation. Your cost of living goes up. You get that. And right now, UAW isn't getting that. And they say we want to go back to that so they don't, start losing wages if inflation outpaces their paychecks. But you just brought up competition, foreign car makers, EV companies that are not under, these brands. They have auto plants in the U.S. They have non-union workers. They're not bound by all these UAW demands. Who has the competitive edge going forward? Because that's kind of where things are going.
I think it's a pretty wide open market, Chance, and I think it's hard to say who has the competitive edge. I think what we're looking at right now is we're looking at a market where labor is going on across all of these different automakers, and you've got people making cars in the Southwest, you've got Mercedes, you've got BMW, you've got Honda, you've got Hyundai Kia, and all of their workers are paid fairly. They're paid a competitive market rate, and they don't have the same protections and the same advantages that the UAW has. The UAW has very large demands here, And it's not just the demands for the current workers, they're also making demands for the retirees. And I think if you take that all in total, along with the burden that's going to be placed on the OEMs to take care of the suppliers, because you've got a lot of suppliers that have been stretched very, very thin because of the COVID shutdowns and the supply chain challenges, we're going to see a need for a lot more capital to be allocated.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got the companies, you got the workers, you got their families. Now you have West Wing staffers there to twist some arms. Let's see if this weekend somebody finds some headway. Ambrose, Conroy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chance.